Okay, so the first card you have, your past, is the High Priestess. Okay, so obviously this is the super intuitive card. You know, she's spiritual, she's all about that kind of thing. There are a couple of things I'm seeing here. It feels like something was hidden. That's what this can be about as well. Someone was hiding something. I don't think this is about love. I'm not getting that. It might be family. Might not be. It's someone who's very close to you, or you feel that they're very close to you, or you used to at this time. This is in the past, obviously. And something wasn't quite right with them. I think you could tell. Okay, this is a bit strange. I'm getting help, the word help me. But then there's this feeling of, this is going to sound even more strange. It's this feeling of being full up. So I think they were asking for help, but they were full, or they were asking for help and they were kind of already had what they need. That's what I'm getting out of those two words, help, but I'm full. So, I think maybe they needed help at one time, because I think you did help them at one time. Maybe they asked you for help for something, for a one-off, and you helped them, and that's absolutely fine. I think that was the right thing for you to do at the time. But then I think the feeling I'm getting is that they probably overstayed their welcome, so maybe they kept on asking you, and it feels like maybe you continued to help them for a lot longer than you should have. And I think there are some alarm bells going off inside your head as well. You're very intuitive, like this High Priestess. That's what this is showing me again. So you kind of felt something was going on. You knew that. But maybe your heart was what kept this going. Again, I'm not seeing this as a love connection, but there's a lot of care, a lot of concern, there's a lot of love for this person. You're very close to this person in a platonic way. That's what I'm getting. You might still be helping them a bit now. I don't know, but if that's the case, of course, I don't want to tell you not to help someone if that's what you want to do. That's up to you, of course. But at least look at this. This High Priestess is all about looking inside you, looking at your intuition, knowing what's really there, looking at those deep feelings. So do that. Have a look inside yourself and think, why do I have these doubts? Why am I thinking this? Why do I have these alarm bells going off? Do that. And because I think if something's being hidden, obviously there needs to be more honesty around whatever this is, especially if this is around money. There really should be, they should be more upfront with you about the situation. There's something you don't know about this. I think you know intuitively. There might not be that much evidence, or it's probably not upfront. I just bumped the table if that moves. Sorry about that. Just have a think about this, because I think your intuition's trying to tell you something if you're still in this situation. So, okay, so the next card you have, your past, is the King of Wands. Yeah, I think this might be a bit of a warning to you as well, because if you're still in this situation, just look at this King again. He's doing what I've just said that you should do in the High Priestess. He's hesitating. So, he's a king. He's obviously got what he needs. He's obviously quite wealthy. He can help other people. He's in that position. But he's not doing that. He's sitting. He's thinking. He's not getting up. He's a passionate king. He's the king of fire, but he's not acting on that. So, you might have, your heart might be telling you, oh, I want to just do this. I want to be spontaneous and like this passionate king and just go and do something. But look at this king. He's not. He's holding himself back. He's not moving. He's thinking. So again, if you're still in this situation, at least just sit back, think about this before you rush in. I'm seeing a few phone calls coming in. I don't know if you've had these. I know you've had some phone calls from this person, from what I'm seeing here, but I think there are some more coming up for you. I know this is in the past, but I think these phone calls are coming up for you because this is a warning. So this is about something that's going to happen. So, there are a few phone calls here. Yeah, there are some tears. There are some tears in these phone calls. I'm seeing help again. I keep on seeing that word help. So whoever this is, yeah, they really pull at your heart. So I think it's going to be really hard for you to hesitate when they make these calls to you. So, but yeah, this is what this is telling you. Stop and think. Hold back before you act. There's also something you're going to find out, I think, and it's about this particular person. Yeah, I'm just looking at the High Priestess again, and there's a curtain behind her. So something's behind the curtain, something's being kept a secret, something's going on. You don't know about this yet, but because this is a curtain, curtains come down, and it's going to come out. So it's going to come out. And I can see from here you have the Justice card as well. So yes, something is going to come out, and it's going to be about this person. Now, I think there are also some other people involved in this. For some reason, I'm seeing that. I don't know how they're involved, but I'm seeing other people around this person. So, if this is all resonating with you and you've got someone telling you, oh, I'm all alone, there's no one else who can help me, I've got no one who cares about me, you're the only one, if it's all of that kind of thing, I think there are some other people around them. I think they might be asking different people to help them. And I'm not saying they absolutely are, but I'm seeing that. That's what I'm seeing. So I have to tell you this. Now, if you're asking a lot of people to help you, if they're doing this, I should say, there's nothing wrong with asking people to help you if you truly need it, if you're in a bad situation. But it feels like what they're telling you isn't what's happening, what actually is happening. Maybe they're embellishing things, maybe they're omitting things to make it sound worse than it is. They're probably talking to other people, saying similar things to them. I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing here, so I have to tell you. And I think your intuition's telling you that as well. Something's not right. You've got that feeling. You know that. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also, I was getting this full up. So I think, they have more than they're telling you, or they have more than they're telling people. So, yeah, it sounds horrible, like I'm accusing someone, but I have to tell you what I'm seeing. Okay, so the last card you have your past is the Page of Wands. Okay, so this is looking really positive, very nice card. There's a lot of action here. You've got 2 Wands cards here, so there's action there. There's positivity around this. Yeah, there are a lot of different plans, I think, that you're making. You're thinking about this. You're looking forward to something, or you were at this time. I think you still are. And I don't know if you're developing something. It looks like a product. It's something like that. It's a new... It's something new. It feels like an invention or a new system, and it's a big thing. It has the potential to change a lot of people's lives, I think. It feels like a small thing. It might be something small, but it has a big impact, or it's going to, if this works out. So, because, I'm saying if this works out, because this can be about aspiring to something. That's what this card's about. He's looking up to the top of this wand. He wants to take action, but he's like, oh, I'm aspiring to do something. I'm really thinking, how am I going to do this? So, it might be early days. It might be in the early planning stages of something. So, whatever this is, it has a huge amount of potential, actually. And, you're really passionate about this. There's a red feather on his head. Now there's a bit of a warning around this as well. So if you're thinking of going into some kind of partnership with people, because, I'm seeing a team coming up in your future. There's some kind of a team of people. And, you are going to need other people helping you. There are some areas that you don't have expertise in, and so you're going to have other people come in and help you with that. That's absolutely fine. But make sure you don't have too many people on this team. That's the warning I'm getting. I'm just seeing lots and lots of people here, lots of egos, clashes of egos, and there's a division here, things being divided between more and more people. So if this is a business, or if it's an aspiring business, if you want to make money out of this, just be careful you don't let too many people in, because I'm seeing a big division of profits as well, and all of that kind of thing. So, I think all these different egos and these clashes and everything between all these people, it'll probably hold production back. People are going to think about, I want to get one up over that person. I want to win this thing. They'll be thinking more about themselves than the actual thing. So, just think about all of that. Just keep things lean in terms of people. That's what I'm seeing. Keep things as lean as you possibly can. As fewer people as you possibly can, and people that you absolutely 100% know and trust. So I hope that makes sense. That's a problem for the future, because I can see a big future for this thing if this is all resonating with you. Okay, so the first card you have your presence, the Seven of Swords. Yes. Okay, this is looking a little bit clearer to me now, what's going on in the High Priestess and the King of Wands with this person. Now, okay, I'm going to point something out in this card. It's really small. It's kind of in the background. Not a lot of people notice this about this card. Okay, so it's tiny. You might not see this, but if you've got your own cards, you'll be able to see. And I don't want to pick this up. I know people ask me, point to the cards, pick them up. I can't. Okay, I've got like an OCD thing. So I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, so if you look at this card, look at the way the man's holding these swords. They're sort of forming a V shape, and it's kind of like an arrow, and it's pointing towards something. Now, you can see that little cloud. Oh, there's a little white cloud, and there's a V shape in the arrows are pointing, or the swords are pointing towards the cloud. Now, under that cloud, there's a group of people, and they're in silhouette. Now, one of the people in this crowd, they can all see this man stealing these swords. So it's like he's been caught out by this crowd. The people are seeing them. And there's a wand or a sword that one of these people's holding up. You can just see this. Can you see this little stick just sticking up? So one of these people in this crowd is holding up a sword, and it's like saying, hey, what are you doing? Hey, you're stealing. I've caught you out. I've caught you. So he's been caught out. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to catch him, because they're really far away. Look at how far away they are. And he's running as well. So, but this whole group of people seeing him, they know what's going on. They know what he's doing. So, and the interesting thing is, I was seeing other people, a few different people involved and around this person. And they might be asking all these different people for help. And I keep on getting this feeling that they might be asking for money. So they're wanting to take things away from people and have them for themselves where they don't really need to. And I think a lot of people, and that's what's happening in this card. So I think a lot of people are going to realise that they're not the only one helping them. And, you're not the only one helping them. And again, I think they actually have more resources and maybe even more money than they're letting on. This man's holding onto all these swords. He's got so many of them, he can't possibly hold them all. And he can't hold them and run at the same time. He's going to drop them or cut himself or something. So I think the time's going to come, if it hasn't already, when, they're going to be found out. I'm seeing that everywhere. Now, a lot of people are going to be talking, like this group of people on this card. And I don't normally say this, but it really is karma. It's like karma's turning around in the right direction, and it's kind of coming back to bite them. And if this is all correct, they're really going to lose a lot of people. They're really going to lose a lot of people. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Okay. So yeah, the next card you have your presence, death. Yes. So the thing about death is death's final. It's like once you know something about someone, once you've seen something, you can't unsee it. You know that saying? Once you've seen something, you can't unsee it. So once you know this about this person, you can't unknow it. So I don't know if you're going to completely cut ties with them, because there is a heart connection there. I keep on feeling that. But there's going to be a really big change in your relationship, in the relationship between you. Nothing's going to be the same ever again between you. That's what death's about. It's about a huge change, and what happens after that is completely different than what's happened before that. I don't know when this has happened. Time's fluid, I should say. It might have happened. It might be coming up for you. Now, yeah, you've got the death card, and it's right next to the tower. So I'm going to talk about the two of them at the same time, the death card and the tower. Now, for you, I don't think this sudden kind of karmic situation is going to be that much of a shock to you. It's not going to feel good. It's going to feel horrible because you don't want to believe this about this person, but you have to when you've got the Death and the Tower. It's right in front of your face. You're going to have to believe this. So even though it's not going to feel good to you, obviously, it's going to feel horrible, but it's not that much of a shock to you because I was seeing that you suspected something wasn't right. Your intuition was telling you, your instincts were telling you that something wasn't quite right. But to them, it's going to be a huge shock and a huge fall. You know, like these people are falling out of this tower. And I think the biggest fall for them, it's going to be, how do I explain? Not their social standing, but it's more about how other people see them now. It's just not going to be the same for them. You know, people are going to feel totally differently about them. They're going to see them differently in a whole new light. There's going to be an atmosphere between them and other people. The energy is going to be very different, not very good for a while. And I'm just looking at this crown. It's not like they were treated like a king or anything like that, but it feels like they were treated in a kind of special way or a gentle way. It's like people were kind of treating them as fragile or special. There's a bit of walking on eggshells around this person. But now the crown's falling down, a lot of people's feelings are going to kind of just totally change. And in the aftermath of this, people are going to be feeling very unsettled for a while. But the person who's going to be affected the most is the person who's at the centre of all this. They're going to feel the worst of this tower coming down, and that's why this is karma. And this is really, really heavy. I know it's really dramatic, but you know, if you're finding out something about this, like this, about someone, you know, if this is all coming to light, it's right in your face, the evidence is there. Obviously, it's very painful, but it's a good thing that you know. It's better to know 100% about someone. It's best to know the truth than to have a blindfold on when it comes to someone. I know it hurts, but it is for the best. So that's what I'm seeing. I know that sounds harsh, but you know, you've got the Death and the Tower. I can't be nice about the Death and the Tower. Okay, so the first card you have, your future, is the Fool. So yeah, I think all this drama, you know, once it's all settled down and once you can kind of look back on this, you'll feel a lot better. You'll feel a lot freer, like this Fool is very, very free. You know, I think not having this person calling you and all upset and asking for help and not having that, you know, because I think you always had this kind of feeling. It's like, I'm getting this now. It's like in the pit of your stomach. It's like, oh, they're calling me again. I know something's not right, but I have this feeling I should really help them, but I don't know. I'm in two minds. And you're kind of going around with that feeling where you were, and having that around you, that kind of energy, that horrible, heavy energy, it can really make you feel just really tired and low in energy. So you didn't have the energy to do what you wanted to do because you're kind of all you're stressed about this person all the time. So that's going to be lifted from you. That's absolutely going to change. Things are going to feel a lot lighter for you once all this settled down. I mean, in the immediate aftermath, of course, there are going to be hard feelings, a lot of hurt, a lot of things going on, a lot of people talking. But after that all settles down, then, you know, that horrible heaviness is going to be lifted. Okay, and there's something else I'm seeing here. With this thing that you're working on that I was seeing in the Page of Wands, okay, what I'm seeing here is it's a need for clarity, especially if you're going to propose this to other people. You know, if you're looking for, you know, people to work with you, or if you want to employ someone, or if you want someone to help you with something or promote this or something. There's something about this it's a little bit hard to convey what this is, or the value of what this is to people. I'm actually seeing words here. So you might have written down a few words to describe this. You might have written a whole lot of words here. And I think you might have to explain things when you kind of work through this and edit this all out. You might have to explain things in a more simple language, if that makes sense. You know, in a way that other people can understand what this is all about. It feels highly technical, this language. The Fool can be a bit of a crazy genius. I'm not saying you're a crazy genius, but not everyone can understand exactly where you're coming from with this thing. So, if you're planning on doing things like, doing anything like looking for funding, for example, or whatever it is, you have to be understood properly. And it's not just that, it's really more about getting the value of this thing across to people so that they can see that value. Less of, I don't know if this is what you're doing, but I'm seeing a description of something. It's like it has this feature and that feature and this feature, and it has a K, B, T, and it has an E, X, Y. And people are going to look at that and go, I don't know what that is about. And so what if it has an X, Y, Z? I don't know what that has to do with me. So you've got, instead of pointing out all the features, if that's what you're doing, it's an example. Say, this adds value to you as a person because of this. This will help you with this. This adds to the world. This helps the world. This helps this and that for this reason. So you've got to really convey that value to people, not just the features. That's what I'm seeing, and it has to be done in quite a simple language. I know that's very specific, but I hope that helps someone, because I can see this thing. It's like a product, or it's like something like that. And it's a very, very good thing. Very good thing. So I wanted to do well. So I just wanted to point that out to you, because that's what I was seeing there as well. The Fool's a bit like an Einstein. Okay, so the next card you have for your future is, yes, Justice. So, yeah, this is, again, I'm seeing this specific situation. I know it's very specific. I'm feeling this very, very clearly, very strongly in this reading. Some readings I get are very confusing. This is not. This is very clear that I'm getting this about this person, and I need to point this out to someone. So that's why I'm getting this. Okay, so yeah, here it is again. Justice card. We all know what this is about. And I'm seeing both of these cards kind of, it's a bit of a sequence here. So I'm going to talk about this and the Eight of Wands at the same time. So yeah, obviously what they're doing, it's going to be revealed. This is justice. It's going to be brought to justice. And yeah, again, this is really interesting because we've got the same curtain here. I know it's a different looking curtain, but it's a curtain. And the High Priestess and the Justice card look quite similar when you look at them like this. There's a curtain behind the High Priestess where you were like, something's behind that curtain. Something's being hidden. I know something's going on, but I don't know what it is. And now with the Justice card, there's a curtain behind this woman here, and it's going to come down now. It's going to be revealed. So it's going to be brought to justice. There's no way that they're going to be able to avoid this. It's absolutely 100% happening. Everyone's going to find this out. It's going to be out in the open. It's all over this reading. It's absolutely everywhere. Now, I think when this happens, it's a bit sad, really. And it's going to be a bit sad for you, because I know you have a heart connection with them. I know you do feel for them, and that's why you're helping them.